See if it sticks. Captain's log. The date, I believe, on Earth is somewhere in February 2018. We've just returned back from time. We had to go back to do the 100th episode of See If It Sticks. And we thought we'd devise a way to go back through time so we could finally do the 100th episode. We've been gearing up to do it for ages. We travelled along the veiny shaft of time, arrived at the bulbous head, came back down towards the balls of 2017, thinking that we would be able to get back there. I have no idea what happened, but something has gone seriously wrong. I've lost the other two guys. I have absolutely no idea where they are. Time has just gone steaming off into some other parallel, weird time stream. I don't know what the hell is going on. Everything has gone upside down, inside out. Boy, you find me inside out. I've gone round and round. And I have absolutely no idea where anyone is. I'm going to have to... Holy shit. Dom, it's been 300 years. Where have you been?
5 minutes ago.
You got here 5 minutes ago?
Yep.
How the hell did you find your own way back?
Well, that would be telling. Why are you calling yourself the captain?
Well, I don't think anyone was going to hear it.
Captain, we're a democracy.
Well, I don't think anyone was going to hear it. I just thought
Captain's log. Well, you're obviously recording a captain's log, so
I thought
at some point you're going to want someone to hear it. That's what a log is for.
I thought it sounded cool. Well, I thought maybe if people heard it back where we came from, obviously, well, if I assume that we've been gone for a long time.
Where are we right now? Do you know?
Well, as far as I can tell from my captain's telephone, it's Monday the 19th of February 2018.
Wow.
Which is roughly where we left.
Roughly. Although I seem to remember it being warmer.
I'm sure it's roughly where we left. Yeah, well, if we've lost some time, we've lost a little bit of time.
Well, I'm seeing out the windows doesn't look too good.
What has happened to the world?
Not sure. Where's Ross anyway?
I have absolutely no idea.
Hi guys.
Right. How did you get back?
Back from where?
Time stream.
Have you not been spiraling out of control through time for the last couple of centuries?
At the beginning of Buck Rogers.
No, I've just been stuck in traffic.
Oh.
What's going on? Have you been spiraling through time?
We may have disrupted the time stream.
Dom has aged somewhat.
Yes.
Since I saw him only 3 days ago.
These laughter lines, they've grown long.
Just stuck in traffic, were you?
Yes.
Didn't notice the devastation on the way out, the planes that have all crash landed, and
I
cracks
thought
in the
that was
ground.
quite normal in my rearview mirror. That kind of thing normally goes on behind me.
How did you get through the lava?
Drove fast.
Oh, right.
Of course.
Yes. I was already driving fast, so...
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I could have probably just gone to pick my car up then. I ran all the way here thinking that this was really
How did you get through the lava?
I jumped.
I just appeared here 5 minutes ago. I've lived an eternity.
It's been a while. I feel like it's been a while. We've aged backwards as we've come back.
Yeah.
Benjamin Button.
Yes.
Something like that.
There's a painting somewhere that's really old.
Last time I remember seeing you, you were like 35 years old. You were old.
Yeah.
I mean, I've aged weirdly. My face has aged more, and my hair's gone a bit grey, but my balls have gone backwards.
Yeah,
so they've gone lighter. They've gone lighter on the old
juvenile's testicles.
Why are they so smooth and shiny?
I don't know.
Why are they out?
I don't know. I appeared here 5 minutes ago.
With your testicles out.
We need to figure this out because we've clearly done something on our way back to do the 100th
Something in the
episode.
lab, I imagine, would cause such a
That
thing.
missing 100th episode. I knew it'd be our downfall.
It was when we tried to go back to do that. I'm not sure at what point the mistake was made.
I think the mistake was he didn't come with us. He's been in traffic.
Yeah. If you'd have waited for me, it'd have been fine. You didn't push the green button, did you?
Ross's car must have acted like a Faraday cage, protecting him from the effects
Of our time slippage.
Yeah. I've literally been spiraling through a sort of a cone for maybe 300 years.
As I told you,
Did you
beginning
have
of
to
Buck
poop
Rogers.
in that 300 years?
Yeah, it was a cone. It was basically all poop.
Say, after 300 years, that's a lot of poop in a cone.
Well, as you know, when you travel through time, you have to transverse time all the way to the end of time, essentially, in order to go back to where you are. You can't just go back.
Donut, isn't it?
You have to go forward in order to go back.
Yeah.
It's like a really shit lazy river.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just evolved into a being of pure light and energy for a while.
That would explain the shiny ball sack.
That would explain the
That
shiny ball
is,
sack.
yeah.
That's it.
If he bends over, I bet there's light still shining out of his butt.
It's actually, oh no, it's just a light bulb.
Yeah.
My balls have become a light bulb.
Very fragile.
We've clearly fucked up the world. We've clearly screwed the universe.
I mean, what were your plans for the 100th episode?
Well, I wanted a parade.
Yeah.
So when I went back to the day of the 100th episode and then went back 100 years to open a savings account for myself. And then using the money in the savings account, I went a step forward another 70 years and I bought a load of shares in a bunch of companies. Microsoft, Apple,
Blockbuster. There, a good one.
Blockbuster Video.
Yeah.
That was a bit of a miss. Bit of a whiff.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, I did my brain, thinking back to my childhood, you know, there were several things that, you know, we do a lot on this show when we look back fondly on things which were probably a bit crap, but because they're part of your childhood, you kind of, you know, you have a special place for them.
Get the nostalgia feels.
Yeah. I invested very, very poorly in some very expensive things, which just didn't pan out.
Woolworths?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woolworths pick and mix.
So many fond memories of Woolworths as a child. That'd be the first place I'd go as well, mate.
I'd probably go back to Woolworths, get some pick and mix, as you say.
Yeah.
Maybe we got distracted by Woolworths pick and mix. I can't remember
It was like
what
an
it
island.
was we did wrong.
It was an island in the middle of the shop, wasn't it? The pick and mix, and you could walk around it.
I can remember everything.
I can't remember where we went wrong.
I can remember everything from all time.
That must be a pretty full head you've got there.
It's a cracking headache, mate.
Yeah, but
Cracking headache.
what are we? How are we going to fix what we've done? Because the world is ending.
The ultimate solution.
The ultimate solution. We've got to figure out this problem.
I hope you mean an ultimate solution and not a final solution.
A very different thing.
Those
yes.
are very different things.
No, we need an ultimate solution. That will be our final one.
we need to nudge the time stream back into place.
Like you would a small piece of rock in a rockery.
So what was the reason for the time stream going out of place? Was it us?
I think that if it wasn't one of you, I think that trying to change the course of time might have fucked it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, I was trying to plan for the parade. I was trying to get some money together so that we would have a little bit more money behind this. Maybe, you know.
How much money did you need for this parade?
I thought it was 50,000 balloons.
Wait. I think I may have gone back to when we started the podcast. Before podcasts were popular, and we were the first podcast. I think that's what I did.
You messed everything up, Dom.
Which is why you were trying to do the 100th episode at a point in time where it would have probably been our 500th.
It wouldn't have been the 100th episode.
Shit. Let me just do a few calculations.
And I was in traffic.
Ross was in traffic. Wait a second.
I don't know if that's got anything to do with it.
Yeah.
What's the plan?
So what is our final solution then?
You're our science officer.
Well, Captain, I think what we have to do is go back to 2007, around the time podcasts became popular, and kill my past self, making us do the podcast earlier than it was. Then we have to jump forward in time to where you were trying to do the 100th episode and kill you there.
And then jump to me on the M2.
And kill
Sitting
you
in traffic.
there. And then I think everything will snap back into place. The only problem is we, as we are now...
Wait just a minute. I think we can simplify it.
What?
We cross the streams. No.
Never cross the streams.
Ross, do you think that your car would get up to like a warp speed?
It'll do 88 miles an hour. I hear that's enough.
Oh, I've heard that's enough.
Rossi, if we get up to a warp speed, like a speed faster than light, we might get outside of the time stream. And if we solve a problem,
Outside of the
it might just shunt everything back down. But we will have to go back. We're going to have to go back. And then, you're right, by solving the problem, there's a good chance that we're not going to find our way out of this one.
So if we've already decided that we're going to go back in time and kill our former selves or get rid of us or stop some things, surely we aren't even here.
I don't think you know how paradoxes work.
No, I don't know how paradoxes work, no. It depends what kind of
But I
paradox
do,
theory
and I
you
can
follow.
tell you exactly now.
If you go for the Back to the Future one, we would just start fading away.
That's probably what's going to happen once we
Or if
start.
you
Well,
go for the...
Back to the Future wasn't a work of science, Ross. Not like this podcast is.
It had a doctor in it.
Remember, we've pushed forward biscuit physics hundreds of years with our experiments.
I think that's the plan. Get in Ross's car, get out past light speed, get ourselves back out of the time stream, solve a problem, crash back down to 3-4 years ago, stop us from ever making this podcast.
We will cease to exist.
Fortunately, Libsyn will keep a record of us, so we will be around for all time.
Our legacy. Okay. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Mr. Ross. Power us up.
Aye, Captain.
I told you this captain thing was going to catch on. Can you put in a little sound effect here so that it sounds like we're travelling fast?
I can.
What
What noise does Star Trek
what problem
make
we're
when
gonna
it goes? Doesn't really, does it?
solve?
I think it should go.
Like a little drill.
But then speed it up so it sounds like it's going into infinity.
Yeah, do your little drill noise. Right, we've got a problem.
Right.
This is the only one that I can read on my phone, which has been badly damaged when transversing time and space for 307 years.
There's literally nothing out.
I'm quite surprised that your battery lasted. What with it being an Apple iPhone?
Well, because time has and hasn't passed.
The battery never
The
goes
battery
anywhere.
is, yes, it's just been fine. I'm on 98%.
You should see his top score on Angry Birds now. It's incredible.
Angry Birds. Ross, you're all slipping back in time.
Oh, shit.
Keep yourself in the moment.
Keep here. Stay here, Ross. We've got the email, the only email I can load from Lardy Basto.
Oh, Lardy. Oh, I'll miss him.
I read out.
You can't miss him if you don't exist.
I hope there's a part of us that lives on afterwards.
I read out the beginning of this email just now, a few episodes ago. I'm losing grip on time.
Okay.
Um,
What? I don't even know. Nothing happened.
Lardy says, I created a solution. Wouldn't it be great to have a list of stats that you could call upon as if in a computer game to enable you to find out? For example, what was the most you've ever eaten in a day? What was the longest wee you've ever had? What's the most use you've ever got out of a single biro before using it? That sort of thing. Imagine the possibilities of being able to answer any question about your own life. You could play amazing games of real-life top trumps against anyone else in the world on literally any subject. Told you I've gone mad here. Anyway, that is the solution. But what is the problem that it would solve? How would the solution be achieved? I've turned it on its head. Solve it, mighty peeps, and don't ever leave me alone again with my thoughts for this long. All play and no work mates Barstow lardy lardy.
So by inverting the polarities,
We've now probleming solutions.
we're probleming solutions. I think that's going to give us enough clout.
I think so.
I think it would be good for calling out bullshitters.
You could just like...
So someone would say something like, well, I once sat down and ate 1,000 chicken nuggets.
and
you could go,
I actually did do that
Yeah.
Yes.
once.
And then you could go,
Complete
hey.
it, mate, or something like that.
Yeah.
Tell you, give you a good list. That
And
is a good one.
then you could call up their stats and it'd say 9.
I think that is actually a good idea.
Yeah.
That is a good idea.
You know what else you could use it for? Like when you're dating.
Yes.
Ah, yeah.
Be like, you know, when someone says to you, like, you know, oh, she's crazy or he's crazy, like, and then, but they don't seem crazy. A lot of people don't seem crazy when you meet them. You know,
What's that? Would that be?
Well,
How many times have you gone crazy?
no, you could just pull it up. You put a little flag on there.
How many bunnies have you put in a pot?
Yeah, you just pull it up in front of you. And it's like, absolute fucking nutter.
I think it'd be good for jobs.
It would be really good for jobs.
Or bad for jobs?
Or, well, it only depends on how you've lived your life, I suppose.
Yeah, job interview. Someone's in there telling fibby porky pies, or if they need to prove that you actually have got the experience.
Yeah, it would be good for that one, but it would absolutely screw a lot of people who kind of slightly exaggerate their.
Some people who rely on blaggery and bullshit to get jobs.
Yeah. That's true.
Why do you both seem to be pointing at the captain?
I
Because
told you you're not captain.
the captain became captain by naming himself
Admiral
captain.
Dan will not take this.
So which one? Which one is the solution?
I don't know what was your one? Your one was jobs, work. Ross's one was
Bullshit.
bullshitting. Mine was like dating. I was thinking of a few more.
It'd be bad if you got pulled over. How fast are you going? And then you could literally pull up your stat, just doing 128 miles an hour.
This is all getting a bit Black Mirror, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
so this is an awful world. This is the ultimate like Big Brother.
Do you know what the problem is?
What?
How do you control people? How do you put in a system of control
Yeah.
for an entire
Maybe
society?
if you can only see sort of like trigger your own ones.
The same way that people fear God, they'd fear the stats, wouldn't they?
They fear
So
the
like you couldn't
stats.
just go online and look them up. Like you actually have to be, you know, the person has to consent. You know, like sending a bit like a contact card over, you know, a phone.
Like bump.
Yeah,
We're solving the problem. We're not finding the problem that it solves. Because you're finessing the solution.
yeah, I am.
We've got to find the problem so we can save the world.
So I'll tell you what, it'd be really bloody good for. Like, you ever go to you know, like suit shopping or something? What size chest are you?
48,
Definitely.
50, something like that.
See, I don't know. I don't shop for this stuff enough. So at some point, I have had myself measured for a suit. If I went to buy one tomorrow, I wouldn't have a clue. I have to go through that whole process again. If I could note that down, and I could be like, bloop, bloop, bloop. Oh, yeah, I know
Personal
exactly.
Stats,
Yeah,
like your own character sheet.
yeah, yeah. You could share it with other people as well, you know.
If you wanted to buy your suits.
If you weren't there with spaces, yeah, you could like. That's the thing. You could like, you know, if you had like a wish list online, you know, a popular retail site wish list, you could kind of just pull up your stats, and it would, you know, people would think, I wonder if I'm, you know, going to buy him a watch. What size watch would he need? Got it.
Once again, finessing the solution. not
Yeah, I'm
finding
finessing the
problem.
solution. I can't help myself.
We
It's
have
just a
to do
solution
this.
ought.
We're solution oughts in a problem naught world.
Problem to that solution. Feel like we're naming the episode. It's gone quiet.
We could just let the world die. No, No.
No, we couldn't let the world die.
What did the world ever do for us?
We've created this problem. Wait. I know what the problem is.
What is the problem?
If you follow my logic here for a second, to solve this problem so we need to solve this problem by coming up with a problem. And what is our problem right now? We have to save the world. The problem is how do we save the world?
And the answer is stats.
The thing we're doing right now.
That's it. This is the answer. Lardy Basto has given us the answer to the question that we needed to answer, that we didn't know that we needed to answer. Yeah. But that is the answer.
Is that the solution?
So the answer is this. So all we need to do is decide on the problem to the solution to solve the problem.
And we've lost everyone.
So what is it?
We just have to decide, don't we? We just have to, do what we do every episode.
Just to choose one.
And say, just choose one. And the problem is this. This is the problem.
So what you're saying is the problem is this?
Yes. And it's also the solution.
The perfect solution.
The ultimate solution.
The final solution.
Oh, God.
So, have we solved it?
If we solve it, well, this could be it. This could be it for us. I think.
What will happen to us? If
I've
we
just
solve
quickly whipped out my phone calculator and just done the calculation, and I think there's a 99.9% chance that this is going to be it. We will fade out of existence or something to that effect.
But what have we done over the last however many episodes? I've lost count because of the time problems. We've been trying to help the world. Our final act should be to save it.
It's got to be about 300.
One for every day of the week.
Well then.
Is that what we're deciding on?
This.
Yeah. Do you want to slap the table? Which for that, that stamp sound that Ross never got.
Yeah.
300 episodes in, we still don't have a stamp sound.
We never needed it.
Well then.
It's been a pleasure podcasting with you guys.
It has been a pleasure. Tip of the cap to you both.
Just in case this is it for us, I've been Dan.
I've been Dom.
And I've been Ross.